Honestly, it looks like somebody else made it. Like, it does not look like we like DIY'd it. Made it out of 4 IKEA Alex shelves, which are these bad boys right here. We had to literally laminate some boards together. When we started planning making this desk, it was kind of like a pipe dream. Like, we really wanted to have a full, big, giant L-shaped desk, but realistically, like, to buy one, it wasn't really feasible. And then to make one, we were not super sure of our skills. So we decided to just kind of plan it out, like what our ultimate desk would be like. And this is what we came up with. This desk is cool as. So we ended up using the Alex cabinets from IKEA. So basically it's like these drawers that are like, you probably can't see, they're like yay tall. So right now I'm gonna be putting these things together. Wish me luck. Story time. So I did click up and pick up and click and collect, whatever it's called from IKEA, and they brought these guys out to me. These guys are 60 pounds a piece. Mind you, I am 120 pounds, so these are like half of my size, and I had to lift them into my car by myself. And not whining, not complaining. We're gonna skip the time lapse because no one finds it interesting. And then we ended up adding legs to them because they were too low otherwise, unless we wanted to be sitting basically on the floor, which I'd be okay with, but Nate, not so much. We decided to put these legs on them, which actually turned out really, really cool. But the next step is putting on the legs, which we just got these from Amazon. They were like, how much were they? They were like 15 bucks a piece. They're actually super nice. So like, we're just gonna be able to pop them on. So basically what we're doing is, so there's predetermined like caster holes for these, and since our hardware that came with it, which again, the nicest part about these was the hardware was included in the $15, is only 3 holes. We're basically measuring to make sure that it's like, we're gonna drill the pilot holes and then screw it in. So we're just using like the edge one, the very corner, as like a guide, and then it'll just go like that. So that's what we're doing here. Is that shit?
No, I figured you probably can only get one in the shot, so.
The last step is screwing in the drawers here, just to make sure like that they like stay in place. But to make the top was the most complicated part because we had to literally laminate some boards together. And what that means is literally glue them together in such a way where there's no seams, or the seams are very, very minimal, in order to have a very flat desk-like surface. And this, let me tell you, was way harder than we thought it was going to be. It was simultaneously harder and easier than we thought it was going to be. It was harder because trying to get this with very, very little like seams or any gap or any overlap or anything that was kind of like not quite perfect was hard, and especially the length. So if we were doing something smaller, it would not have been so hard, but because we did something that was This side over here is 10 feet long, and this side over here is 8 feet long. And so that is actually really, really big. This is the kind of thing people do to make those big farmhouse tables that they charge $2,000 for. And now I know why. Now I know why those are so expensive, because it was quite a bit of work. The wood itself that we used pine, which was the cheapest. We got it from Home Depot. It was just, here's a picture of it. It's just pine boards. We actually spent a lot of time in Home Depot because we physically looked at them like down like the length of it to make sure that they weren't super warped or super like crooked, or there was too many gnarls or knots in them. So we went through probably like 30-40 boards trying to find the most perfect ones, just because that made our job a lot easier, because basically what we had to do, we had to do the glue, clamp them together, and we ended up only doing 2 at a time. So we would glue 2, clamp them, wait till it dried, glue 2, clamp it, wait till it dried. We probably didn't have to wait so much in between, but we only have 2 sawhorses, so we decided to wait, and then glued the 2 sections with 2 together. So this is 4 boards long, or 4 boards wide, which is like the ultimate perfect desk length. Like, it's amazing because I have my sewing machine here, I'm able to put my computer here, we're able to cut out patterns and like do basically anything we want over here. We've been making our Halloween costumes, and the amount of space that this desk provides is unbelievable, and it's really kind of a dream come true. After we got the boards together, we sanded the crap out of them to make sure there weren't any of those like gappy gaps, and then made sure that it was like nice and smooth so I can go like this and get no splinters or anything. And then we stained it. So we found a stain. It's just like the golden oak from Lowe's and Home Depot, like just the Miramax, whatever, the stain that everybody uses. And then we got that one because it matched the legs, which came pre-stained. So we wanted that to match as closely as possible. And then we had to do the polyurethane sealer, which takes like 24 hours to dry. Like, it takes like 7 hours to dry, which is a long time when you desperately want your desk to be done. Our house is brand new, like literally like brand new, and so we didn't want to ruin anything. I ended up spilling an entire can, like the entire can of Miramax all over the garage floor because I am the clumsiest human on earth. And I was so embarrassed by it, and I'm still trying to get the stain out because I heard like paint thinner can get it out, and sawdust, like if you put it on right away. So like I put sawdust on it right away. It's still there. That's not gonna come out, but it's in the garage, so at least it's not in the house. But breaks my heart. Buy a new house, kids. It's fun. Honestly though, it's totally worth it, like worth every penny for this house because I love it so incredibly much. Like, you guys have no idea. I'm so incredibly happy here. So we brought the big wood panels in. It barely fit like around corners and stuff, but we got it up here. Me and my happier pros at moving stuff. And then basically we just attached it to the wall using these like L little brackets. And they're basically just sitting on top of these things. Like, they're not bolted to them or anything. We know we want to paint in here eventually, so we kind of want to do the minimal to actually have it in here, but then we didn't want to have to undo it between like these things, these pieces, to take them apart and so we can paint. So I'm not sure what color we're gonna paint in here yet, but I know for sure we're gonna mount the monitors on the wall, which will look really, really nice, almost like a TV here in the middle, and then the 2 side monitors, because my husband is extra as fuck. And then they are really nice though, because you can put on like a video, like a YouTube video, like maybe Keke Mae, on one of them, and then have the other one for working. Like if I'm editing a video, I'll have it editing in the middle, and then the other one for like Google and like images and things like that I want to add into the video. But it takes up a lot of space if it's all on the same screen. It's really extra and really not necessary, but it is really helpful. So I can't complain too much. But we want to do shelves on this wall as well, and be really, really nice for like just kind of knick-knacky crap that we have that we want out. And then other like stuff, like my husband has a bunch of like vintage cameras, and we have a bunch of photography equipment and things like that that don't necessarily fit in drawers. That'd be really nice to have up on shelves. And that way you can see it too. A lot of times we have kind of our knick-knacky crap that we've gained from vacations and all that sort of stuff, just kind of shoved away in boxes. But I would love to have it out so we can see it and enjoy it. And I want to get some really pretty art for in here too. Stuff that really is meaningful and pretty. And we've been watching a lot of Architectural Digest, where they like go and look at celebrities' homes, and everybody has really great art. And so I want to get some really great art in here. I think that'll look really pretty. So that's our desk. We love it so much. Sorry this wasn't much of a tutorial. We just kind of wanted to show it off for a hot minute. If you need any tips or any questions or anything about it, like just let me know in the comments below. Otherwise you can follow me on Instagram, hey Keke Mae. I can answer any questions you might have. Like I always love helping people out. So, ooh, what did it cost? Okay, so these things from IKEA were like $120 something a piece. So that added up to be about $500 and something after tax. I'll have the exact totals up in here somewhere. And then the legs themselves, I believe for a pack of 4, it was $15. We got 4 packs because we have 4 of these things. So that was, what is that? 4 times 15 is 60. $60 for legs. And we already had the tools for the legs themselves. We did have to buy a new saw for the table part, which was like $150, so not too bad. But again, something to keep in mind, if you don't normally do projects like this. We plan on doing a lot of projects like this. Like we plan on making our own shelves, maybe making our own patio furniture, things like that. So the investment wasn't too hard. But if you're only going to do this project, I recommend either loaning tools from friends or neighbors or whatnot. There's places you can rent tools, which is pretty cool. Specifically here in Denver, there's a place that you can rent basically anything you ever wanted, which is really, really nice. And then for the tabletops themselves, the wood was, I believe it was like 150 for all the pieces. So we actually had to do that twice because we messed up the first one. Not a big deal. It's fine. But it's actually not too bad. So all in total, this desk was about $700. Really not bad at all, considering it's awesome. It's so much better than like what a normal $700 desk would cost, and I absolutely love it. Also, shout out to this chair. Ooh. This chair is from IKEA, and it is absolutely incredible. It was like, it's been sold out for a very, very long time, and it finally came back in stock just in time for my desk, and I'm very, very happy with it. It's kind of this retro look, but it's actually really, really comfortable, and so it's exactly what I've been looking for. It also comes in black and beige, so if you're interested, IKEA, do you want to sponsor me? Pretty please? Pretty please? Pretty please? Okay. That's all I got, guys. Have an amazing, amazing day. And again, hit me up if you need anything, and I will see y'all later. Bye.